Hello, you guys. It's Sonia G. This is the Moon Babes Monday Night Live, where we talk about the energy and what is happening in the energy. I am going to pin a comment while you guys come back on. I'm so glad that we can do this in parts so that we can talk about all the things that need to be talked about. There's just so much. Okay, let me try and pin this comment. There we go. Hey, you guys. Thank you for joining. Okay, let's talk about the energy. So, we're in between two full moons in Libra. The next new moon is going to be on the 5th of April, and it's going to be in Aries. So basically, we have the energy of clearing relationships, okay, of recalibrating relationships, of figuring out what's most important to us. And in the middle of this month, we're being blasted by all this gamma light, photonic light, like all of these huge frequencies that are like, you know, we have to be on top of our ascension game. That's really what it is. This is the month to be on top of your ascension game. That's what I'm going to call it. And when I say month, it's really in between the full moons, right? So, because right now, that's our catalyst. It's in between the full moons. Sometimes we get pushed more in between like different celestial events, but that's the key right now. And then in the middle of that, we have a new moon in Aries. And Aries is the sign that is the beginning of the new astrological year. So right now, you know how we started the year in January, we said our like cheers, happy New Year's, but really it kind of almost felt like we started, but then it's like, what happened, right? Like we got in motion and then, oh my gosh, it was so much work to get through some parts of things. And for some people, it's been really blissful. For some people, it's been a lot of things to deal with because we had to do the work. It just always depends on how much internal emotional work you've done. Dealing with your past, dealing with who you are, coming to terms with loving yourself, with your self-worth, with what you deserve. That's the worth. That's the work, okay, is figuring those things out. And not just figuring those things out, is getting to there. Because we can talk about it all day long, but we also have to do the work. So now we get another fresh new start, okay, with Aries, with the beginning of the astrological year. We call it spring, but this is really that rebirth time, right? That's why everybody is like, oh my gosh, springtime cleaning. Like you get new ideas and you want to do new things. And it's like this forward movement. So the new moon in Aries, which is on the 5th of April, is going to be a big new beginning. That is a moon where you're going to want to stop things and actually get on setting your intentions. Big deal. So it's important. Side note, I'm going to tell you guys this. I am so excited. If any of you are going to be in Sedona, Arizona for that weekend of the new moon, that's where I'm going to go. I will be in Sedona, Arizona. And so just message me and let me know and we'll meet up. I just feel called to go down there to the energy vortexes. And this leads me to tell you too, we're coming up on a time, Mercury. Wi-Fi is coming back on. I'm looking at the little blinky light. Okay, sorry you guys. If it freezes, that's what happens. Yeah, stay. If it freezes, just stay with me. It'll come back on. It's just, we're working with Mercury retrograde. This is the last week. We do get the shadow period afterwards, and hopefully it's not that bad of a shadow period. But just know, if it freezes, okay, send some love to Mercury, and then we'll be back on. So, yes, going to be in Sedona. I feel like telling you guys that. I want to start doing more meetups. I feel called to different places, just like I just went to Moab in the Red Rocks to anchor in star codes and light codes. Some of you are going to start waking up to this feeling. Okay, so if you haven't felt at home in the city or the town where you live, this year you'll most likely feel like moving. And you're going to feel called to moving to the place that feels like home. So just like we have crystals on the inside of our body, the earth has crystals in its core, okay, in her core. And you're going to feel called most likely I'm sitting here grounding. Okay, good job, guys. Team going. We can do this. So you may feel called to going places where the crystals that come from your home star planet, okay, from your actual soul star, are planted on the earth. And so you may feel called to moving to different cities. So for, I can't really see for some reason what you guys are saying, because the light is, we're in such a strong energetic vortex. Region Utah, Arizona, Idaho. Yes, we really are. So if you guys, if any of you want to go, I'll be there. That's where I'll be. That weekend is I'll be in Sedona. And all those of you that actually know me will know that there will be spontaneous meditation circles happening, because that's what happens. So, and I'll probably go live and keep you guys. When am I going to Sedona? It's the first weekend in April. So it's the weekend of April 5th. And so, and I just feel called to be in there with the new moon, just kind of like what I did for the equinox in Moab, and just anchor in some codes, and there will be ceremonies, and there will be, okay, calling all angels. I need this to work. We need the connection to work. Okay, so if you guys want to go, message me, or if you guys are going to be in the area, not go, because it's not like I'm organizing anything. I'm just saying I'm going to be there. But a lot of you will feel called to that. This is what is happening. A lot of the records that are being held in the Akashic records are starting to bilocate. Okay, this is the process of ascension. This is how 3D and 5D end up splitting. So there is a bilocation of the records, where from the records, which are now held up in the 12th dimensional realm, are starting to sink into the crystals of the earth. Why? Because the earth is actually moving along, and it's vibrating high enough for this to happen. The records are bilocating into the crystals that are on the inner earth. So the core of the earth is actually made of crystals. This is where the information is going. Some of you will wake up all of a sudden one day and feel called to be a grid worker, a grid keeper, to be a portal keeper. And the way you know this stuff is you just have to be in tune, and then all of a sudden things start happening. This is stuff I talk you through, and I walk you through how to understand it, how to digest it, how to understand what's happening, is in the Sacred Chakras journey. So when you go through these energy blasts, what's going to happen is, for a lot of you, one day, for a lot of you now, if it hasn't already happened, one day you're going to feel like somebody literally flipped a switch. Like there was some kind of like a fail-safe switch inside of you, and some circuits light up and you're on, and you're like, what happened? And you feel like you're on mission. You feel like you're like, on a movie, and like you're like, what is happening? And then your senses start to come in. You start to see things, and then you start to hear things, and you feel like you're going crazy, and you're not going crazy. And I feel like by now we've established that. We feel good about it. Okay. So, you have to learn how to do the things that you need to do. You may get your own spot on the grid. You need to figure out how to connect. You need to figure out how to be the alchemist of the frequencies that are coming through you. And you have to really learn how to work with your guides and your angels teams in anchoring in these codes. You will get, at one point, you will end up getting a light bridge personally to you. You'll start connecting to your higher self. You will have light beings that actually come and teach you. And this stuff is all going to happen for so many of you this year, okay? I can't see, for some reason, you guys, I can't really read what you guys. Is this why my soul is calling for me to be in about 4 places? Yes. Jackie, yes. I feel it's for a specific reason. I just don't know why or what. Yes. Yes. Gio, we are crazy. No great mind ever existed without a touch of madness. That is a good way of looking at it, right? So, okay. So, yeah, sorry, you guys. For some reason, the lighting, I can't really see everything, but I'll try and just tune in to what you guys are thinking. How's that? Superpowers. So when you're feeling pulled in certain directions, you are connecting to the crystals underneath the planet. Jackie, you are in the sacred chakras journey. We are going to be doing another activation. I haven't announced it yet because I'm waiting on the dates to sync up. It's going to be in April. This is why I'm closing registration. Let's talk about this, you guys. This is why I'm closing registration to the Sacred Chakras Journey at the end of March. Because if you're feeling called to join, okay, the Sacred Chakras Journey, which is this course that walks you through your awakening, explains to you how energy works, how to work with frequency, how to work with emotions, how to work with your thoughts, okay, how to combine the two, how to access the higher realms, how to work with the angels, how to clear the energies, how to do all the things that you need to do in order to stay in the light, to not pick up other people's energies. All of you empaths, this is so important for you. So important for you. Okay. When you come home and you pick up another person's bad day and you can't get it off of you, right? So, yay, Deanna just registered. So excited. Welcome, Deanna. So excited to have you, sister. Yay. And so many of you that are registering for this course, it makes me so happy. Hannah is in the Sacred Chakras Journey too. Jackie is too. I see you guys joining. And so you know how important learning these principles are. And when we go through this live, when we go through the course live, it's nice to go through live with the group again, because I always add additional information based on the energy of what is happening. So right now I'm closing the registration at the end of March because I need everybody in the group, because we're going to be doing an activation in April. It's going to be a DNA activation, and it has to do with our star channel. We recently did DNA activation to 33 strands of DNA, which is the thing that kept us feeling amazing and blissful and wonderful through the energies of the equinox. Every single person, because I have friends that are in this course too. So I have personal friends that are in this course. They text me, right? Because what happens? They're like, what the hell is happening? Can you please tell me? And I tell them, have you done the 333 meditation yet? No. But can you fix my energy? No. You have to do the meditation. Okay? And this is a true story. One day these stories will be told with my friends. They'll be able to tell them. And first of all, because I can't necessarily fix people's energy, but I can tell you what's going on, right? I can do readings. This is why I do in readings, and I tell you how you can adjust it. But the point is, my answer was, have you done the 333 meditation? No. The moment everyone did it, the moment anybody did it, it was like, oh my gosh, now I'm jiving. I'm surfing on top of the wave. Why? Because you did the work to activate your 33 strands of DNA, which is minimum requirement at this point to function, to feel good in this energy. You have to be there. You have to learn how to know these things. Otherwise, what happens is it feels like you're swimming under the current. You can pretend like this stuff isn't real and it doesn't exist, probably for another little while. And then you're going to lose your mind. At some point, you're going to be like, wait, what was that girl talking about again? Right? Because there comes a point where you kind of have to. Otherwise, you go crazy and it becomes part of mental health because you feel all this pressure. And so the choices are you either get medicated, right? And then you completely check out and you stay in 3D and you stay in the physical world that's going to just kind of go to hell, like, you know, with the system and just the crazy stuff that's happening right now. You don't want to be in that world. You want to create the other world. You want to jump over to 5D, the world where there's unity consciousness, the world that's going to continue in abundance and in joy and in harmony. And the way that we do this is we are creating it. We're linking up hearts. We're creating it. Everybody's got to do their part. And when you do your part and when you connect on the grid of light that is on the planet, which is fully established, 5D is here. It's fully established. Like all of the structures of light are here. We just have to move into it physically, which a lot of us are in the process of doing right now. And if you don't do the work, it's that whole, you know, the 5D bus that I talk about. You have to jump on the bus. However you do it. Doesn't even mean that you have to do my courses. But in my courses, I make it pretty easy because then you have the tools. You know how to clear. You know how to ground. You know how to work with your angels. You know how to decode the downloads that are coming in. Like, a lot of people are like, whoa, something is happening and I feel like it's important, but I don't know what it is. Right? And so it's like, I feel like my angels are talking to me, but I don't know what they're saying. How do I know what they're saying? I'm seeing all these number sequences and I feel like it's important, but I don't know how to piece it together. What does it mean, right? Or I feel this way. What does it mean? What do I do with this? I had these dreams and this is happening. What do I do with this? This is the stuff I'm seeing. This is the stuff I'm feeling. And so in the Sacred Chakras Journey course, I walk you guys through how to utilize that information and how to make it work for you. And we go through astrology too. So I teach you guys how to work with your moon sign and your sun sign and your rising sun sign, and how to use with the elements that are associated with your sun in order to integrate the energies better. There are so many tools. There are so many things that you can do to make your life easier that nobody ever talks about, or that we're never talked about in school, right? In school or in classes. We talk about stones and crystals, and we talk about clearing and how to do clearing. A lot of people think that, you know, you can just like light sage and you can walk around your house and, you know, boom, everything is good. It's not. What sage does is sage clears everything out and leaves a vacuum in your house. So if you have been just walking around thinking that lighting sage clears the room, and maybe you talk about something else while you go through with the sage, don't do that. You have to be very intentional. You have to get grounded, you have to get clear, and you have to like be holding space for yourself for the clearing. And then with sage leaves a vacuum, so you have to clear, you have to fill your space back up with light. So you have to be very intentional, okay? Otherwise, use Palo Santo. So there's different things. I teach you how, I walk you through like a full house clearing in there. So there's practical tools and things that you apply every day. We have a 5-minute morning meditation that changes your life. If after the course, that's all you do, which I know a lot of you do that, changes your life, totally changes your life. So, because I, have combined all the knowledge that I've had for the past, going through my awakening for the past 11 years, plus I'm a Reiki master, I'm a Gestalt therapist, I'm a life coach, I'm a meditation teacher, I'm a Kundalini teacher, like all the things that I know are packed into this course, and they're together. And so you get to work with your entire team of light. And for all of you starseeds, this is so fun because you get to astral project, right? So we do the work, but we do it in such a fun way. Instead of dealing with things in like a harsh way, which there's a lot of self-development to be done, and that also is a great thing to do. But when you deal, this is what I discovered after years of going through self-development and companies like Landmark, if you guys are familiar with them, like I went through a lot of that stuff. When you take it to higher frequencies, it's done like this. It takes you an hour to do the work that you would do like at a retreat that takes you like 2 weeks, right, to get done. Because you do it, you integrate it, it's done, boom, and you bring it in, and all of a sudden you're there. And so it's so much easier, so much easier. Hannah, you'll be clearing your room tonight. Yes, clearing. By now, you guys, it's like clearing every day. It's kind of a thing. If you're not clearing your space, if you're not conscious of your space, a lot of light workers are also getting psychic attacks, so you have to have the tools. And Hannah, you have all of the clearings. A lot of you guys have actually messaged me on the sidelines in the past couple of days asking me for clearings. Go to, at the bottom of the modules in the Sacred Chakras Journey, because I know that there's a few of you in here that actually I've talked to earlier. At the bottom of the modules, okay, in the Sacred Chakras Journey, there are clearings. Go and if you haven't done, because some of you guys were in the very first course, so it's been months, so go and find them. and read them again, because those things are gold. And so there's affirmations, there's clearings, and there's all sorts of magical things that you can do. And then of course, again, we go to Venus, we go to the moon, we go to Sirius, we go to the Council of Light. Like, I mean, it's so fun to go to these places, and I walk you through everything. I walk you through how to do it. We do it safely. We astral project, so you don't get stuck in anywhere in the astral realms, okay? We're simultaneously here. We're using our multidimensionality. We're here, and we're also astral projecting, because right now we're multidimensional beings of light, so we can be in multiple places at the same time, especially now after this equinox. Boom, everything is open. It's like, oh hey, all of my peoples and all of these parallel universe where you're at. So if that's happening, yeah. So yay to Reiki. Yes. I do. We actually have a meditation in there, a Reiki meditation to clear all of your chakras that are inside, to clear and balance all the chakras inside the body, and then we go outside the body, okay? To give you an idea, these are the kind of things that you get in the course. Makes it so like tangible. All of the woo-woo stuff, whatever you want to call it, woo-woo, I'm over like the names, but just the unseen realms, that's what a lot of people call it, okay? You'll actually get the list of all of the archangels, what they do, what chakras they're connected to. You get like charts of what's happening. So yeah, I have all sorts of different diagrams, so I don't know if you guys can see it, but look, see all that? You get all of your different chakras, which angel, which archangel, what they do, how to see them, what they're in charge of, how you can work with them. So we go through all of those things. And man, once you know how to do that, it's kind of like having the right friends. You know, like when your car breaks down and you have like the person to call, it's like that. Otherwise, you have to sit there and search, and it takes forever, right? Or if you know that like you lifted a weight and it was really heavy, and now you know your back hurts, and you have a good chiropractor that can fix it like that, you know who to call. Makes all the difference. That's the same thing with dealing with our angels, dealing with our higher self. When you know what to do, life works so much easier, you guys, so much easier. So that is, those are the things that we talk about. And then of course, you get to find your soul star. So you get to actually find out where you originated from. A lot of you will go to the Akashic Records. I teach you how to access the Akashic Records and get answers to any question that you have. Okay, there's a meditation in there where I guide you through it, and you go to the Akashic Records, and then you can ask any questions, so you can find out about all sorts of things. You can find out about contracts, soul agreements, past lives. You learn how to do these things for yourself. And then you get to learn where you're from and your lineage and your star lineage, right? Now it's kind of trendy to do the family tree or whatever, like to figure out where your DNA comes from. This is like your star seed DNA. This is like where you figure out your lineage and where you're coming from. And when you connect to that place, you guys, when you connect to that place, there's nothing like it. It's home. Home for me is the frequency of Andromeda. That's not where I connected with first, though. That's not how the star beings come. The first star beings that will connect with you, which for a lot of people are the Pleiadians, okay, are the star beings where you had your last lifetime before your time on Earth from. And then, of course, if you take out the equation of time, because time is relative to Earth, then, you know, you're looking at things from a different perspective. But we talk about all the different star beings. I tell you all about the different star races. I take you to the council. You get to meet them all. And it's very tangible and very real. And it's a lot of fun, because these things, at some point, you're going to need to know, like we know, you know, we learn geography because we move around the country and we work around, you know, the country or the world. For different things, because a lot of companies are now international. It's about to be like that. It's about to be like, oh, we work with this planet and this planet and this planet, right? I mean, disclosure is like on the brinks of happening. So these are the things that will help you feel like you're sane when everything happens. But mostly it will help you feel good every single day. You will reconnect to that joy. You'll develop your intuition, and you'll know which is the most valuable thing ever, right? Peace of mind and happiness and health, that's it. That's the currency. That's where everybody wants to be. So, isn't Earth a soul slave incarnation? No. So Earth is actually, it was born, Earth has had an interesting history. We talk about it a little bit in the Sacred Chakras Journey, and this is probably a topic that we're going to do a Q&A on, because I know a lot of people want to know about it, but it's not. And we have to get out of this victim mentality, because our thoughts hold a framework in place. Okay. For example, whenever we all have a thought, like, you know, like, I don't know, this is a bad thing, but like whatever the Kardashians put out on TV, everybody has to have. And this is like that kind of mentality that there's a standard and then everybody has to have that in order to be cool. Okay, that's bullshit. That's the same thing that happens with this concept of, oh, poor us, we're on Earth and we're victims. You're not fucking victims. Sorry, I rarely cuss, but when I do, it's important. I mean, on videos. You are here because you are the people that you have been waiting for, okay? We are the ground crew. We are the people that incarnated on Earth to make a difference. We're the old civilizations that have come back. We have the starseed DNA inside of us. A lot of you, I guarantee you, a lot of you that are on this group live right now have Rh negative blood. Okay, when you're negative, when you're Rh negative, so you're AB negative or O negative or A negative, whatever, if you have that negative, that is a part of human DNA that cannot be traced back because it comes from the stars, okay? So those are the civilizations where there were mixed bred with the humans. And this is proof. If you have Rh negative blood and you are a woman, when you are pregnant, you have to get a shot, because otherwise your body will actually refuse the fetus. Why? No species does that, okay? It's because you have star blood in you. It's because it's not just human. So this is where it comes from, okay? And so but in mainstream society, they make it look like, oh, this is not good, right? Like if you have the ability to tap into multidimensionality, then they turn you into a schizophrenic and they throw you into a mental institution because you see things, right? Who was it? Van Gogh, that was prosecuted for, or I don't know, I can't remember how it went, but he was painting stars back in the days. Van Gogh, Starry Nights, you guys remember? He was painting stars like spirals, okay, because he was seeing through that. And everybody was like, you are insane, you're crazy, right? Became an outcast. Now we're like, oh shit, he had it right. That's exactly how stars are. They're spiral galaxies. So a lot of times these things, it's like, you know, you get painted crazy by society. Why? Because people get scared of what they don't know. But, okay, back to this. We have to claim our power back. And so in, you just saw a flash of light in top of my head. Oh, I'm sure. They have been here all day, like flickering the lights. So thank you guys for showing up, for holding the Wi-Fi. So we have to recondition our mind. We have to reprogram our own mind, okay, to be empowered. The powers that be that are in, you know, ruling the planet, quote unquote, because we all know this by now, right? We know the government doesn't have anybody's best interest in mind. A bunch of people in government are all puppets. Politics is just bullshit, just like the shows are, right? There's a lot of things that are happening. And I say this short story, like I say this, you know, very factually, but the point is, we have to learn how to hold on to what we want in our mind. This is how it is created, just like it is in the Bible. You have to hold what you want. You see something in the news you don't want, you're not a victim, okay? You have to take action. So you have to jump into what you want and you have to hold it. You have to refuse the thing that you don't want, saying, nope, that's not what I want. This is what I want. I've talked through to a lot of people about this with like the vaccines and the mandatory vaccines. Don't fall into victim mode. We get to create a new structure. where that's not a thing, okay? And that we get to hold a new reality in place. We're anchoring in the new timelines. If you are here on planet Earth at this time, you are a warrior of light, and you have a mission that you will soon be awakening to if you haven't woken up to it fully. And so, yes, I know I'm preaching again. Jeez. Sometimes it's like my soul wants to just jump out and be like, hey. So we have to switch to being an empowered generation, not a victim generation. This is not like a bad place to be. Earth is a beautiful place. Yes, there are things that have happened, and there are the powers that be that have created a horrible programming structure where we have suffered. We are changing that. We are shifting that, and it is in our hands, and we have to claim our power. This is why we're doing this work. Okay, because the more we shift, the more we change, then we all rise up together. We're all linked up. So that's why I speak so, I feel like, I have a dream, Martin Luther King. It's like, I feel it from the bottom of my heart. We have to create this new reality, you guys. We're the ones that have to do it. Nobody else is going to do it. Okay, we're the ones that are pushing forward in this ascension movement, that we are creating the new earth. We are stepping into 5D. We're going to create that tipping point. Nobody is going to do it for you. This is not a thing that you can fake. This is not a thing that you can put makeup on, right? This is not one of those things where it's like, oh, I have wrinkles, I'm going to go get like Botox, whatever. Like, not something I do, but I'm just saying, you can't fake it. There is no faking energy. There's no faking ascension. You're either doing the work or you're not. You either know what's going on or you're not, or you don't. And if you don't, it's just a sucky place to be, because then you feel like you're left out. And I don't ever want anybody to feel left out. Nobody ever wants anybody to feel left out. That's not in the true heart of all of us. We're all in it together. We're all connected. That's why in the Bible, right, one of the oldest thing is like, if you have done it unto one of your brothers or sisters, you have done it unto me, which is we've done it unto ourselves. The way that we treat others is the way that we treat ourselves. And so, yeah, I am going to stop with the rant. But the point is, I want you guys to claim your power. This is the time. You have to. You are powerful. You are light. You are here with a mission and with a purpose. And if you take the time to focus inward, you will find it. I promise you. You're so much more powerful than you can imagine. You're capable of miracles. Each and every single one of you is capable of miracles. You know it, and don't ever doubt it. Don't ever doubt it for 1 second. Find ways to see around you how amazing and how powerful you are. Every day, evidence of miracles in your life. I guarantee you, if you start looking for that stuff, you will find it. Okay? So, I don't know if you guys have questions. There's like so many things. Bobby, for real, Sonia G, you always keep it real. Thanks. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Can't be slaves, program thinking. No, it's time. It is time. If you haven't seen Loving Vincent, I haven't. I should watch it. Okay, I haven't. Yes. Jackie says, I'm a child from an Rh negative mother. Yep. There you go. See, it's one of these things. Okay, you guys, I am going to not pause. I'm going to let you guys go for this Monday so that I can so I can download the video and then upload it to YouTube. So it will be on YouTube, and you can also watch it live again here. Okay. The point is, this is the last week to register for the Sacred Chakras Journey course. This is a course where I teach you guys how to do the things that we talked about. So if you're lost in what to do in your spiritual journey, in how to get to that next level, in how to work with your energy, and how to protect yourself, how to feel good every day, how to actually pull in the higher frequencies and manifest things, because we can manifest. Like, you guys, I live in a mansion. Do you guys know that I grew up in an apartment? Like, it's when you learn how to do these things, it is amazing. And these are the things that come with working with energy. And I'm not saying it because I want to boast. I'm saying I live here because it's actually a place where we're doing retreats and there's much healing that happens. But to me, every day I look around, I want to live in a pyramid, and my ceiling, I should take a picture of my ceiling after this. It is the most vaulted ceiling that you've ever seen in a house, because this is where I would find it in a place like this, because I wanted to live where the energy goes up. Because in pyramids, there was a reason why, right? In Egypt, they had pyramids because the energy spirals up. And that's the kind of stuff that matters. So it's really not about that. But I look and I feel like this is a miracle, and I manifested this place. And I manifested by holding it in the ways that I teach you in the Sacred Chakras journey, okay? And so when you learn how to work with light, miracles happen. So go to moonbabetribe.com. Go to the Sacred Chakras journey, okay? Registration is going to close. If it is calling your soul and you don't know how in the hell you're going to manifest the money for it, write me. Message me, and I will help you to get in the mental place where you need to get to. I promise you, magic things always happen when you register for this course. So if it's for you, and if you want to take that leap of faith, and if you want to get to that next level of your awakening, then join me, okay? I love you guys. Mwah. We do talk about sacred geometry. Yes, I teach you how to work with sacred geometry. I teach you how to work with so many of the sacred things. It's like you have to go and read through the weeks. I'll post it in my story, what we do in every week, okay? I love you guys. Mwah. Thank you for joining me. This is Sonia G, and this is the Moon Babes Monday Night Live. I love you all. Mwah. Have a beautiful week.